have found such a treasure. The gods have a plan for you, a destiny.
I've seen its power with my own eyes. Releasing the sand turns back time. Only the holder of the dagger is aware of what's happened.
How did you do that?
Only the dagger can unlock the sands of time. And there are those who would use this power to destroy the world.
Time will erase everything.
The only way to stop this Armageddon is for us to take the dagger to the secret Guardian Temple. We must take it there, Dastan.
You really enjoy telling me what to do, don't you?
Only because you're so good at following orders.
Yeah, don't press your luck. Assassins.
They strike terror into the heart of all they cross.
Such a noble prince. Leaping to assist the fallen beauty.
Who said you were a beauty?
There must be a reason why you can't take your eyes off me.
Fight him!
The High Temple. It's guarded by some sort of demon. Dastan, where's the dagger?
You're welcome to search me for it. You'll have to be very thorough.
It's time.
We have to get out of here.
All right. Hi, everybody. How's it going? How's everybody feeling? It's nostalgic Nirvana time. Woo! And this movie came out in 2010. 2010. So it wasn't that long ago. Was not that long ago. 14 years. Before we
Not that long ago, bro. I was 9.
14 years was I was 15.
That's like,
No, 16. 17? 17. I can add. I can do math. I can subtract. I try to think. How old was I?
dude,
Shit. How old
2010 was
I?
ancient ago.
I was 20. That's how old I was. 20? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I was either 19 or 20. I don't remember. Anyway,
Damn, you old.
I am old. Look at that. I'm like 9 years older than you, bruh. Chill.
That's ancient.
It is pretty ancient. I'll tell you what. It's almost a whole decade. As y'all can see, I have a guest with me this evening. Say hello to the one, the only, Mr. Mozza CEO. How's it going?
I am the CEO. Goddamn. I didn't bring my jacket because you ruined it. I can never wear that
I
thing
didn't
again.
ruin the jacket.
You ruined my jacket.
So, for anybody that's curious about the jacket lore, go watch Gronking on Dogs. He asked me a question from tonight, by the way. He asked me a question and I answered it. That is all that happened.
She said my jacket was made for women.
It was. You asked and I answered. Like, that's the thing. You asked, I gave you the honest answer.
It's a man's jacket, by the way.
Okay. You are a man and you are wearing it. Ergo, it is a man's jacket. Okay. You're fine. You're good. You're golden. Okay. You wear that jacket if you like it. If you want it, you keep it. Okay.
I'm burning it.
Don't burn it. Don't burn it.
I'm burning it.
If you love that jacket, you go ahead and you use that jacket. But hello, good evening, chat. Love you all. You are undefeated. If you're catching this on the replay, you will likely not see the trailer that we just played because Disney can be gracious, but they're not going to let me usually play a full trailer and not hit me. So, we did, and we'll go over some of the bits of the trailer as well. But even the trailer, man, like we're watching that trailer and I'm like, fuck, Like trailers used to be so good.
They used to be able to advertise.
Yes.
And I mean, how many stuff from today, right? Like, because I know gaming more than movies, right? Imagine if like Silent Hill 2, right, which is a great friggin' game right now, that's being underplayed because of the shit trailers that they released. Imagine if they actually learned.
God,
Yeah.
the marketing, today's marketing, modern marketing has suffered from like that's not something that gets talked about enough. Modern marketing has suffered so badly because even if you have a great film, show, movie, whatever the case, a game, whatever the case may be, like it's crap advertising. And
Dude, there's so many good stuff people are missing out on because of the shit trailers and the shit
and all the shit that's being produced. Like nobody wants to take the risk because you think about it. If you go, it's whether you're going to a movie theater or you're buying a game or you're paying for a membership to a freaking streaming service, you're gonna spend between $20 to $60 for whatever this is, and then you're gonna invest your time into it. So the money, the time, and then you just come out feeling disappointed and robbed. Like quite frankly, you feel robbed.
Another movie that people are saying is really good, which had shit advertising, is Transformers 1. That new movie, right? Everyone's saying it's brilliant. I haven't watched it yet. But
I've heard great things about Transformer 1, and I'm like, it is on my to be watched. Like, I gotta go see it.
they should have had better advertising.
It's now they're trying to sell it on like, they're trying to sell it on. I don't even know if it's like
humor, like weird, goofy humor. Because the parts they show, they think everyone just wants humor because of the like MCU, right? Because do you remember like DC when they were doing movies, everyone was screaming at DC for more humor, right? And then what I think happened anyway is all these other like movie studios went, oh, okay, everyone wants humor, so even if the movie isn't really that full of humor, like Transformers 1, apparently it has its humor, but it takes its serious moments serious enough, right? So everyone just thought it was a goofy shit version of Transformers 1. You know what I mean? But the thing is, those little goofy moments are actually apparently funny in the movie when you have the full context, but the trailer is just awful. And yeah, like Mr. Drew says, just awful editing as well. Pacing is just ugh.
Hello, Mr. Drew. And then so quick hello to everybody in the chat. Hello, Raichu. How is it going? Legionist. Can we call this, since it uses the same producer, Pirates of the Caribbean meets Arabian Nights? Listen.
We actually were talking about that. That's funny.
We can't. Like, so this movie is very similar to Curse of the Black Pearl. The pacing, the storytelling, the banter. It's very, very similar.
Oops.
This was Mozza's first time watching it, yeah? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, it was my first time watching it. I didn't even know Prince of Persia had a movie.
Yeah, most people didn't. And we can actually get into this part right now really quick. So something that we are obviously gonna talk about because it's relevant. So remember, this movie came out in 2010. And hold on, let me finish up chat. So there's Isaac 556, what's going on? 45. Pug Fury, what's up? And Mr. Drow. And of course, Mozza and D-Day. What's going on? Soul Assassin. Yes. I did not see it in theaters. I actually only saw this for the first time 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah. And because here's the thing. When it came out, I was in training. Like, I was in the Marine Corps.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was going through, I forget what theater I was in, but like, there was no, I didn't get to see it. to the long and short of it, definitely didn't get the chance to see it, right? And then it was one of those things like, yeah, I really want to see it because I liked the games, because Prince of Persia is really similar to Assassin's Creed. They're both Ubisoft. Loved Assassin's Creed, loved Prince of Persia. Very, very similar elements in the gameplay, very, very similar.
That
Like-
no joke.
like story.
This is the best Assassin's Creed movie ever.
It's the best. It is.
Like it's everything what we have been asking, because I'm a massive Assassin's Creed fan. Like I've been like every time, like when Mirage was coming out, we were telling Ubisoft what we wanted, everything, right? Everything we've been saying we wanted is in this movie.
Yes, and
like it's actually dumb.
and
It's
I
like, come
I loved this movie. Like so before we get to that article, we'll bring up my tweet from 2 years ago, guys. 2 years ago. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. What is with the hate for this movie? I absolutely loved it. As far as it being inspired by the game, most of the source material was handled acceptably, and it's far better than Halo's adaptation for sure, which is getting praised to the moon by mainstream media. This was from 2.5 years ago, May 2022, and then I shared some stills. Listen, I'm telling you right now, God knew what he was doing when he made her. Like, she is just breathtakingly gorgeous, and she's a good actress. Like, these stills were great. It is an adventure, action, romance film that delivers. Like, it's not overly sappy, it's not overly corny. But you can definitely tell, like, when you watch this, you're like, oh, they're having to skip some stuff to get in these elements. Like, you can definitely tell, because this movie is almost 2 hours long. And they still had to cut a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was like, what's with the hate for this movie? Well, I have been informed that that's not what I was looking for. But now you guys get to watch me scroll. Here we go. So, someone was like, I have yet to watch the movie. I'm not calling them out. But apparently what was going around was that they whitewashed the film. And so a lot of people were pissed about it. So it wasn't that it wasn't a faithful adaptation. Because like I said, most of the source material, and I think, Moz, you can agree, it was relatively well handled. Like, obviously some stuff in the game you can't put in the movie.
Yeah. Even when it uses the dagger, I thought that transformation was going to be shit.
Yes.
But it was actually cool. Because, you know, when movies do it, they try and add that weird bullshit they usually do. Like, the...
Yes.
Yeah, but when he was using the dagger, it wasn't actually awful. It was actually pretty cool, and
yes,
you're like, oh, okay, they actually put effort into it.
They did. They put effort into it, and it's like, okay, so this one and John Carter of Mars, the John Carter movie,
I watched that one.
Wildly underrated. They're both so good. Disney really could have had something here, and the fact that they abandoned it without, first of all, not properly advertised, either one of them. John Carter got such shit advertising, dude, and it was so good. It's one of the best films Disney has ever made. And then this film, I mean, by all accounts, it is everything that you want in an adventure film.
Oh yeah, awesome.
For sure.
Like even the battle scene at the start, like I expected, you know, maybe like a couple of soldiers, because I was like, oh god, this is gonna be a cheap shit movie. That's how I thought going into it. I'm like, oh god, 2010. But the army was actually sick. The city looks sick.
Yeah,
and it's like
the CGI scenery actually holds up. It actually holds up really well because they limited their use of it. It wasn't just a fucking blue screen, green screen extravaganza. They actually put in effort. And so like so I get informed that Prince of Persia got whitewashed. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they were like, oh, well, you know, because there's no Persians in it. Okay. We're going to break this down. So Gyllenhaal and Adderton, the female lead, have both got Jewish ancestry. And that means they're straight out of the cradle of what was once the Persian Empire. Kingsley is part Gujarati Indian. So again, Persian Empire. And they were the three main characters in this film. I was like, what am I missing? And then I had to, like, Persia doesn't exist. Like, Persians, like the Persian Empire doesn't exist anymore. And the only thing left are people with ancestry to the Persians. This is not inaccurate. White isn't an ancestry. Snow White is a German fairy tale, and there are dark Germans. Not all of them are blonde with blue eyes. The difference is she's making it about race. Prince of Persia didn't, because someone was bringing up, even back then, this was 2022, about Snow White. God, it feels like we've been talking about that fucking movie and Zegler forever.
It just won't go away. It's
bad
been delayed. I wish it just came out and disappeared.
Yes, just delayed into eternity. So here we go. So Iranians, Pakistani, Indians, Gujarati, or otherwise, like nobody that is alive today calls themselves part of the empire, part of the Persian Empire. Okay?
I might just start.
You're just gonna start like, I am Persian. Yeah. And
I'm Persian.
there are people who are Persian descendants who call themselves Persian, but you're not gonna go. Iran does not call themselves. They don't like. Oh yeah, we're Persian. No, they're Iranian. Like that's what they say. The Iraqis are Iraq, or the Iraqis are Iraqis. Like there is not. It's not Persian. Okay,
like
so,
their logic, you couldn't get someone Persian by using their logic.
By the woke definition, you could not find somebody who is 100% Persian because the Persian Empire does not exist. So they don't call themselves Persian, though. None of the Iranians, Iraqis, Israelis, Indians, etc. that I know recognize themselves as Persians, as in belonging to the Persian Empire. Basically, anyone that has ancestry from that region is of Persian descent, and that is a lot of ground. This is the Persian Empire, guys. This was like, look at this. Here's India, and even this in the movie, it says from the steppes of China all the way to the Mediterranean. Here's Libya. Here's Egypt. By the way, the Persians, they wiped out Egypt. Okay? So there's Turkey. Like, we're talking. And now here's Macedonia, because Greece, remember, fell to the Macedonians. So, like, this is history. And so the Persian Empire, if you guys remember, I can't believe I'm about to bring this movie up, 300? You guys remember 300? Like, the whole reason the Persian Empire fell obviously it was a few things, like internal strife was one, but it actually expanded so fast and so far that it was unable to sustain itself properly. And so by the time there was actually some semblance of order, people kind of just sort of kept doing what they were doing. And then the Persians got their asses kicked by other empires. Like, that's a very brief history of empires. But literally, that's what happened. And so the reason that the Persian Empire, so if you guys, I don't know how many guys are religious or know Genesis or anything like that, but Euphrates and Tigris are right here. Those are two of the four rivers from creation. And so these are the two that we know of. So it is, how can I put this delicately? Logically speaking, this is most likely somewhere in this region where the Garden of Eden was located, because the four rivers flowed out of the Garden of Eden. So for anybody that is faithful, because we can see the rivers, these two rivers, and their names haven't changed. Like, think of all the turmoil, think of all of the wars, all of everything that has happened in this region, right? And their names haven't changed. They've never changed. So you have the two that are missing are the Pishon and the Gihon, right? So these rivers never changed names, right? Tigris, Euphrates. I think the full name of the Tigris is like the Tigris Hiddekel, but it's the Tigris, the Euphrates, the Pishon, and the Gihon. And they've never changed. So it's likely that the Garden of Eden is somewhere in this region, really close to where modern day Israel is, right? It's a whole thing of like the seat of power and stuff like that. So it's yes, there are still remnants of like we have Persian rugs, we have the Persian Gulf, we have we have people with that are Persian descendants, but we do not have Persia anymore. So to say that you are to claim that it's racist to cast people who are literally descendants from this region just blows my freaking mind. Like, genuinely, I don't understand it. Because you have two people of who have Jewish ancestry. So here's Israel right here. So they're from right here, which, as you can see, is part of the Persian Empire. And then you have another who is out of this region by the Indus River in India. So, like, again, Persian Empire. Like, I don't understand why we get this. Why is a white actor playing Prince of Persia title role? Critics debate the political and racial implications of casting Jake Gyllenhaal. The fucking Atlantic. 2010, guys.
That's wild.
Excuse me.
2010.
They were 2010. They've been pulling this shit, but it's the opposite, right? It's the opposite of what they're doing all the way back 14 years ago, 2010. This is ridiculous. I can't believe that this is real. And I can't believe that I am about to agree with Kotaku. Remember, it's 2010 Kotaku. It is not modern day Kotaku. So, like,
different people, different
time, different people. All right. Here we go. Prepare. Just hang in there, guys. I know it's like a Twilight Zone episode, but hang on. We're about to agree with Kotaku. Is Prince of Persia really a racial whitewash? Okay. So, oh my gosh, all of the ads. Critics accuse Prince of Persia movie makers of whitewashing roles. Fans' perfectly sculpted pecs of Jake Gyllenhaal are no doubt ecstatic about this upcoming film. We're not going to go through it. Here we go. Throughout its history, Hollywood has hired white actors for pretty much any race. You name it, a white dude has probably played it on screen. And it doesn't seem to be stopping. Hollywood, however, occasionally makes somewhat of an effort. It did cast an Asian actress for the 2000 film version of Memoirs of a Geisha. So here's the thing. We don't control Hollywood. It's so funny that in just a couple years, Kotaku is going to absolutely turn on everybody. And here's the other thing. Hollywood has cast other people. And it is also the height of hubris to think that only Hollywood is like a legitimate film studio, because this is 2010, guys. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bollywood, but
yeah,
holy crap! Like, there are like film everywhere. Just like the people, there are tons of film industries around the world. Now, none of them are as big or as glamorous as Hollywood, at least not back in 2010. That's changing now, thanks in large part to the indie market. Okay? But, hang on, guys. It gets better. However, for Prince of Persia, it is more important to note that issues of race are not clear-cut. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Kotaku. It's a real book. I looked it up. In the book, The History of White People, author Nell Irvin Painter notes that many ethnic groups that are now viewed as white, such as Irish Jews and Italians, were not viewed as part of America's white society. So basically, because they weren't always viewed that way, it's kind of okay. Hang on. I know this whole article absolutely is the same Kotaku drag, and then it's like someone else wrote the very last sentence. We got to get to the last sentence. The definition of white has changed over time. You don't fucking say. And today it is focused largely on skin color. This hasn't always been the case. Shocker. This is Kotaku, guys. In years past, would Prince of Persia star Jake Gyllenhaal be considered white by mainstream USA? While Brokeback Mountain star father is descended from Swedish nobles, his New York Jewish mother raised him Jewish, complete with a bar mitzvah at a homeless shelter so he could be thankful for all that he had. What about Alfred Molina, the English-born actor who played Sheikh Amar in the film, is the son of a Spanish father and Italian mother. And the film's other major star, Sir Ben Kingsley, was born Krishna Pandit Bahinj. His physician father was a Gujarati Indian. I can speak. Gujarati Indian who was born in Kenya but later moved to England. And his mother, on the other hand, was the daughter of an Eastern European Jew. Is he white? The film's lead heroine, Princess Tamina, played by former Bond Gemma Arterton, Bond girl, I think is what that meant to say, appears to be a rather vanilla white person being born in Kent, England. However, she was born with 6 fingers. She's also has Jewish ancestry, but they're stuck on the Jew. Look, diversity, because she has 6 fingers. She's that GTAIV art personified. Okay.
What?
I don't know. Concepts of race and color are complex and ever-changing. History has shown that, and it will continue to show that. Yes, it would have been great if the producers of Prince of Persia could have found Iranian actors for the film's lead. Iran has a vibrant film industry with internationally renowned filmmakers. See, they're admitting that there's more than just Hollywood. The real shame is Prince of Persia producer Jerry Bruckheimer felt he could not tap into the country's vast reservoir of talent. 2010, guys. I want you to think about what was going on in 2010 and why maybe getting Iranian actors and actresses would have been difficult. Just a thought. Or chose not to. Certainly there might be political hurdles at stake, casting difficulties, or simply be a box office, or it could simply be box office drop. Jake Gyllenhaal isn't Persian. Then again, he apparently isn't gay either. Holy shit, an actor was playing a role. He was playing a fucking role. That whole article was an absolute headache, and then you get to the very end of it, and it's like, hey, he wasn't gay either. But now that would be a fucking crime. Like, the fact that they're not so upset about Brokeback Mountain stealing 2 gay roles or whatever, like,
Yeah.
That's how you know they're full of shit. But I'm just like, I'm just blown the fuck away that this is exactly what we're seeing today, but the flip. Because remember, why Latina Snow White backlash against Rachel Zegler makes no sense. Rachel Zegler, the New Jersey-born actress, not actor, actress, of Colombian and Polish descent. Oh, look, they admitted to her Polish descent. In her role as White as Snow princess in the upcoming live-action version of the story. As with other Disney remakes that feature diverse casting and representation, racist fans of the franchise are big mad, taking to social media to criticize the casting because of Zegler's Latin ethnicity and disputing the idea that the princess could be played by someone who has some roots in Latin America. So Jake Gyllenhaal didn't have enough, even though he's literally half Jewish, literally out of the cradle of the Persian Empire. He wasn't Persian enough, or he wasn't Jewish and whatever you want, Jewish enough, or whatever the case may be, whatever they want to say. But now, because it's an issue, her Latin ethnicity is just some Latin ethnicity, and she's mostly Polish. It's insane. The criticism hinges on the idea that the film's alleged race-blind casting, it was definitely not race-blind, is fundamentally changing the original story of Snow White, a pushback that has been recycled from racist attacks against the live-action remake of The Little Mermaid. Oh, let's look at The Little Mermaid. The importance of representation, what Disney's Black Little Mermaid means for the film industry. They know what they're doing, and they don't care. Okay? On the significance of casting a Black actress as Ariel. So it went from, why are we changing the race of people? Why are we changing the race of characters to, it's perfectly fine if we change the race of characters. Like, that's what has happened. That's where we're at.
Yeah, flipped.
It's complete. It's the same fucking strategy. They simply flipped the narrative. And then they tried to gaslight the shit out of us and say that they're not actually doing that when they very freaking clearly are. So back to my tweet from 2 years ago. Like, I can't believe I was having to fight this. But the Persian Empire, it rivaled the Greek Empire. Persian Empire, but the Egyptian and the Greek empires, absolutely. You've got Genghis Khan. It's something like 2/3 of the world has DNA from Genghis Khan. Like, this argument is wild. It's insane. So I don't know why people bought into the hype or the hate for this movie, but it is actually entertaining. It's fun. And here's the thing. That scene. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Where they're having this banter. This right here. Like, they were playful. She wasn't being. Oh, Nick and Jake Gyllenhaal. We're gonna skip. Okay. Find him. But like, this is stuff right out of the game. I'm actually glad it stopped on this scene. You leap like this. You jump around. You have to think he was born in the slums. He got picked up by the king. He spent the formative years of his life until he was probably picked up around the age of 12 or 13 or so. He literally had to fight and scrap and claw for everything that he had. He was an orphan. He had to survive. So it makes sense that he's capable of doing these things. It makes sense that he would do these things. Like, I don't understand the hate for it. And like Mozza was saying, let's see if I can find the scene. I think it's right at the beginning of the trailer. Yeah, here it is. This is literally straight out of the game. I'm gonna turn the volume down just a little bit. This is straight out of the game, but it's also like Assassin's Creed. This is Assassin's Creed, but Prince of Persia does this too. This was Ubisoft.
Yep. That's when you would do the eagle, right? And it's like, holy shit. Yeah, very Assassin's Creed. Good. And even the city, though, looks proper. Like, it wasn't done lazily.
No.
Like, the city looks amazing. The fucking... Even when they're in the desert, man, it looks nice. And then they go to, like, the other parts, the woods and, like, the different temples. It looks
true... Like, look at this city. Like, I know they're spinning the camera, but, like, the CGI holds up. Because a lot of this was practical. They either did photos or they superimposed, and then they like scaffold built, and then the CGI actually holds up. And of course, go ahead.
And the camera the camera spinning, that's literally from the game, right?
Yeah.
Like if you go to those certain spots, those cameras in game, it's a bit slower than what they did in the movie. But that's why like fans of Prince of Persia or even Assassin's Creed will go, "Oh, that's awesome. They actually did it from the game." They will appreciate it. It's just a small Easter egg.
Because it wasn't Halo. What the Halo show did was bastardize the lore like to the ends of the earth. And, you know, like we said at the beginning, you can tell because they have to jump to certain stuff. The gameplay, good God, I think this is if you can run a gauntlet on it, I think this game takes you about 11 hours.
Oh, shit.
If I remember. It takes 11 hours to get through this game, and they put it into a 2-hour movie. So obviously they can't put everything.
Yeah.
But what they chose to keep, they did very well with it. Really, truly. And so it's wild to me that it got so much hate and that people who've never seen it are like, oh yeah, they whitewashed it. First of all, let me get a good shot. You're telling me those two people look white to you?
Yeah, I was actually gonna say, at least these people, they looked tan. It wasn't like they got the most pale motherfucker into a desert, right? They got him tanned up, and they actually made them look like they were, you know, in the desert all the time, right? Which was good. It's like they actually put effort into making them look like they were a part of that world, right?
And Jake, here, I'll pull. You keep talking. I'm gonna pull up a picture of the PS2 game.
Yeah, like the people who are whinging about it are acting like it's not like it's pale. If no joke, if he was pale in the movie, I'd be like, okay, why didn't you try it? Right? You should have at least got a tan for the movie. But he did. That's the thing. He actually looks like from there.
He put in the work,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
they did. Look at
Dude, yeah, they
he
did
fucking
pretty well.
tried. They really did.
That's from the PS2 game, and it looks
Yes.
pretty damn good.
Like that is
Even the thing is,
shockingly close.
even the swords
Mhm.
look like the one he's holding. You know the
Yes.
ones where he steals from the guards and stuff?
Yes.
That is literally how they're designed. Like they got those little details down right. It's like the little swords, the dagger, like all those little designs of actual stuff is done well, unlike
Mhm.
you know, say the Witcher TV show, how the armor just looks
Oh
ridiculous.
shit! Like
Right?
absolute shit.
Yeah, and they actually got those little things seem right. I'm not too sure about one thing. I'd have to play the game. But you know the people that were meant to be banned, the ones that were
Yeah.
at the end. I
Yes.
don't know about their armor, like if that was in game correct, but
I don't
I'd
know
have
about
to-
that one,
yeah.
but I do know that, like I said, this show. Sorry, where I'm from, everything is a show. It doesn't matter if it's TV, film, radio, a play. It's
I
everything.
think
is
that's
a
just
show.
an old person thing.
It comes from moving picture show, and depending on where you live in America, like I'm from the northern I'm from the northern middle, like literally the top of the Great Plains, and so everything is a show. Everybody calls everything a show, but like first
I'm
of
just
all,
gonna say you're old.
okay, Gemma, okay, but can we agree that she is fucking gorgeous, bro?
She's hot, but she's no the crazy chick from the Penguin. She's hot, but
Well,
she's not like hot. She's not
She's
10.
not psycho hot. Like I think you might actually be a masochist because,
I might be. I'm
like,
not gonna
I think
lie.
like because you cannot
I
look
could
at
be.
this woman. You can't look at her and be like, she's all right. Like, she's gorgeous,
Really?
fucking gorgeous. She's a 10.
But she's a 10?
She's a 10 for fucking sure.
I'd say a 7 max.
What
me
the
being
fuck?
that's me being polite. That's me
You're
being like
full of shit.
I'm not full of shit.
You need
no.
get new glasses. I know you just got those. Get another new pair because there's no
She
way
is a 7.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Fucking.
No, you're
are
being
you
no,
serious?
you're being too nah. See, chat's agreeing with me. Let's go.
No, you gotta be shitting me right now, chat.
Let's
what
go,
is the
chat.
matter with you?
That woman a 7.
Fucking, where is her? Oh, I absolutely want to cosplay as this woman at some point. By the way, like her fucking clothes. That's the other thing. The wardrobe in this show,
Very good. The different
fucking
costumes.
amazing.
Yeah, the costumes were sick, and you could tell like they were having fun with it. There was
Yes.
they did a costume change for like not even a 30-second cut. Clip.
Yes.
So there's this part where they have to hide, right? Because they're getting chased, and they have to hide with the like I don't actually know, but like they're Indians, right?
Yeah.
And they have to carry the Fat King. And for 30 seconds, they did a whole costume change just for that. To be like,
I loved it.
Yeah, it was good. And it was done. It was funny as shit. Because they had some more banner there. And yeah. Nah.
Hold on. I don't think it's in the trailer. I've got to find it. So like,
Yeah, it's really good.
where's her? You're telling me this is a 7?
That's
There
a
is
7.
no. What the fuck is a 10 to you, bruh? Like
Well,
the rest of us have no hope whatsoever. Like
No,
I'm over here like I'm a solid 5.5. You're over here like she's a 7. I'm like, bruh, then I'm a 2.
I haven't seen your face. So
And that's okay. You never will.
you're scared I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, you're a 1, bro.
I know. Like, listen, this is not false modesty. This is not. It's not anything. I only need to be a 10 to my husband, which I am. That's all I need. I am fine with it, but I happen to know that I am objectively, well, now I have no fucking idea because your scale is so far the fuck off.
No.
I am objectively, I'm average.
I don't know.
I'm
You're
a
pretty
5.5.
crazy. I might bump you up because you're a little
Oh,
bit crazy.
okay. You're fucking insane. You are a masochist. Confirmed. You are a fucking masochist. Seriously? You're gonna look at this? First of all, she does not look white in this picture at all.
No,
Not even a fucking little bit. She looks Persian.
Yeah. That is pale.
Yes,
pale.
yes, you are,
Right.
Mozza.
Literally.
But she's beautiful. Like, how can you look at this woman and not?
Chad, am I wrong? 7, right?
I feel attacked on behalf. Are you serious? Look at this intense stare. You're telling me you wouldn't say you wouldn't really a 7?
7's pretty damn good. That's like, I'd fuck.
That's a 10. She's a 10.
That's not 10.
You're insane. I don't know how this devolved into me fighting. Chat, I love you, but you are defeated on this one. Like, she's a 10. She's a 10.
Well, that is not a 10.
Oh, I've got Raichu. Thank you, Raichu.
I agree with Lady. Nah, simp.
Listen here, Steeg. Listen here.
7. Let's
Listen
go.
here. No.
Let's go. That's my boy. No, that's my boy.
We've already established that you unfairly judge every fucking body. Like, your scale,
So-
like you can't sit there and say that 7 is accurate when
No
you
one is
said, I
10.
forget, but both Miss Martin and I were like blown away that who was it you said was like a 2? I don't even remember, but like your scale is it's impossible. Like, no, but no, it's just not, no. But oh, hello, Ancient One. Oh, Pug Fury. There we go. 10 plus another 7. 17 out of 10.
7.
Higher than a 7. Thank you, boys. Thank you.
Nah.
8.5, Mr. Oh, come on. Bump it up one more point.
That's being too
Raichu
generous.
agree. I agree with Lady G. Thank you, Raichu. Mwah. And thank you for the $5. It is greatly, humbly appreciated and accepted. But who the fuck? What is a 10 to you, Mozza? Please tell me the name of your 10.
Who would be a 10?
Who would be a 10? You even have a 10? You're telling me that off the top of your head, you can't think of a single woman who's a 10?
Okay, yeah, Liv Morgan, the chick from the Penguin.
I'm sorry. What the fuck? You are a masochist. There's no way that you think she's a 7. Something's broke. She's a 10.
All right, that's a bad photo. That's when she's young.
That's literally the first photo that pops up when you type
that's
her
a bad
name.
photo. That's a bad chat. Bat me out. Everyone that knows wrestling.
Oh.
That's a bad photo.
Oh, look,
That's a
I can
bad
see
photo.
her. Now there's like 7 pictures of her showing me her butt, turning around with her butt facing me.
Yeah, 10.
10, bruh.
10.
Really? 10?
10.
You are a masochist. There's some.
10.
You are broken.
10.
Your scale is objectively fucking broken. There's no way you think this woman's a 10. There is
Do you remember that chick? I'm not gonna bring her up because I hate her now, but she's a dog. Because she went to work and lame and
wait.
boring,
Okay,
but
here we go.
do you remember?
This is your 10.
Yeah.
That's Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
But like, I can't really see her face, and she's showing side boob, so I think it's an unfair. Like, there's no way. Are you serious, Moz?
Dude, Sydney Sweeney, that's a 10 as well. But listen, maybe I'm just in the crazy dumb bitches because
Yes, so.
But hey, listen.
I
guess I just don't like the lady next door vibe. Maybe I just don't like that.
Door? What are you talking about? She's elegant as fuck.
Nah, she gives me like next door neighbor vibes.
Really? Your next door neighbor looks like this?
Probably one of them. Yeah.
Probably one of them. You're so full of shit. Are your
Probably
eyes
one of the
brown?
40-year-old hags around here. Yeah, probably.
40-year-old
Nah, listen.
hag. 40.
I'm-
Wow. Oh, look. This is when she's getting out of the fountain.
See, that's hot. I'm not saying it's not hot. I'm saying it's a 7, though.
She is me right now. Like, you are actually certifiable. How the fuck are you gonna call? How is this a 7? Bruh, there's no hope. Ladies, pack it in. There is no hope for any of us because this is a fucking 7. This is a 7. The rest of us are fucked.
In that photo alone, I'd probably give her an 8. She looks a little more crazy.
Yeah, confirmed. We have to add 3 points to everything that you say is terrible or that you score below an 8 because you are a masochist. Something is wrong with you. How can you not think that she is just absolutely gorgeous?
I think she's hot as shit, but like she's
Obviously not a 7.
think-
Bruh, I can walk outside, go however many miles. I don't even know how many miles it is to town right now because my brain is so fried from your absolute ridiculous scale.
So if
But
I
I
said
can
you
go
were
to
a
the
7,
college
you'd be
town.
offended.
I can go to the college town and I can find like 18 sevens in 30 seconds.
Dude, if someone said to me you were a 7, I'd be like, oh, thank you. The hell is this?
Yeah.
7's pretty damn
You know
good.
who says thank you for being called a 7? 7 lower. You know who doesn't say thank you? 10s. 10s when they get called a 7, they don't
Bro,
say thank
she
you.
would clearly say thank you because she ain't no
She's
10.
She's really sweet. I've
she's
heard she's
sweet.
actually a really nice person. She's still a fucking 10. She'd be like, "Oh, aren't you cute?" And then walk the fuck away. Like, what the fuck is the matter with you, dude? You're busted in the brain, yo. Like, that is 100% a 10. What would it take for you to admit that she is gorgeous and obviously a 10?
She's a 7. She's hot as shit.
Why? Hot as shit. No, you
Hot
can't
as
give
shit?
her. Do you know a 7 is a 70%? That means that that you're giving her average. C means average. C means fucking average.
See, I think 5 is average, like a average looking hoe, right?
No, 5 means not busted ass ugly, but also not that attractive. Us 5s, we know what we look like.
No, actually, Pug Fury, that's funny you say that. I actually don't. I'm more
What?
into black hairs.
What?
He says I'm into blondes, but I actually like black hair better. Yeah, no. See. 5 is 50% average. See. I think your scaling's all wrong.
My scale is not wrong. In the grading
scale is
scale
wrong.
in
Your scale is
America,
wrong. Your scale.
C is average. 70% is average. 50% is below average.
No.
50% is
See,
below average.
If 5 is 50%, so to me that is like normal looking bitch. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Normal, average. See her down at the Walmart. I think you guys call it. You see them women shopping and shit, right? Average looking woman. But like a 7, you wouldn't see her very often. You would see her like
You need to go to an American
on a
college town
Wednesday.
because they are crawling with 7s.
So they're crawling with hers.
7s.
With her.
College towns, they are crawling with 7s.
To me, it sounds like they're crawling with 5s, not 7s.
No, they are crawling with 7s.
Mm.
So here's the thing. If she is a 7, then I am a 2.
Well, that's just downplaying yourself. I mean,
No.
nah. I refuse to believe it.
If she is a 7, then I am a 2. Because in the universe of normal people, she's a 10.
Dude, no! Oh my god. No. Someone
She has
like Sydney
perfect
Sweeney.
fucking eyebrows, perfect lips, a soft, delicate jaw, a very feminine neck, beautiful hair, gorgeous eyes. She's sweet. She smiles. What the fuck else do you want, Mozza? She's got a
Well,
great
that-
rack too.
Nah, I would say that.
Yes, thank
Let's-
you, Soul Set. Exactly.
No, Soul Assassin, buddy. We are being too harsh to normal looking bitches. We're being too nice to normal looking bitches. We're being too nice. They ain't a 10.
What the
I
fuck?
refuse. I refuse.
You
I re-
refuse?
I
You
refuse
refuse to admit that she is a
I
10.
refuse to put her in the 10 bracket. That is a kick in the face to Sydney Sweeney, to some other actor bitch, and I forget names. I'm not good with names.
She's a 10. You're insane.
That's a 10. What
Yes,
else do you
take the
consider
L,
a 10?
Mozza.
I'm
Thank you,
not
Raichu,
taking the
for the
L.
$2.
$2 dues.
Oh.
Nah. What other women do you consider a 10?
My grandma.
Your grandma.
My mom is also a 10.
My mom's a 10.
My mom is a 10. She's gorgeous. I look at her and I'm like, God, I hope I age just a quarter that well. Like she's just so graceful and absolutely stunning and smart and funny and capable, and I'm just my grandma for sure was a
Okay.
10. She could have been a model. She was gorgeous.
I'm gonna
The
send you
dogs
a
are
photo.
losing their shit because there's an armadillo in the yard.
No, because they're
Um,
agreeing with me. They're like,
no, they're
yeah,
not.
Moz. Yeah,
Um,
Moz a dub.
Mozza dog. But gosh, yeah, so my mom and my grandma for sure. If you're talking like Hollywood,
Yeah,
gosh,
Hollywood.
let's see who.
Because I think what's the chick that played Black Widow? I think she's like a 9.
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, she would be a 9.
And you
9.5.
I think she's hotter than her though.
You're insane.
Chat, am I wrong here?
Kate Beckinsale is definitely a 10.
Kate Beckinsale, who's that?
Underworld.
You think
Your
she's a 10?
fucking face. Yes, Kate Beckinsale is definitely. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That bitch is a 6 at most.
You are fucking insane,
What
bruh.
the shit?
A 6? What? You're high. You
If
are
I'm remembering
high
her
as a
correctly, if I'm
kite.
if I'm remembering her
That's
correctly,
a
she's like a 2.
6?
Yeah, that's a 6. Come on.
What the fuck? What
She
the
looks like a
actual
fucking dude. She looks like a troll.
fuck? Holy
I hate her
shit.
nose. I hate her structure of the face. I hate it. I hate it all.
You are never ever seeing a picture of me. Ever. Holy shit, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, all right, buddy.
Why is the stream over, Pug? What did I miss?
Stream is over. That's it. The stream is over. Oh, what? He said enough.
He's like done.
No, I'm done, bro.
You guys are just okay. Let me see. I'm trying to think of okay, most people. So I've noticed that most people are either really attracted to this or it like turns them off because they say it's like bug eyes or whatever. But I really think that where is she? Na, 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 na. Let me find a good picture of her. Right. What the frick? Like I keep getting a 404 error code. Like that actually, I'm actually kind of upset. Okay.
Yes, Soul Assassin. Yes,
What?
I can't say her name, but she's a 10. Celine. What's? Oh God. I can't say her name. 'Cause I'm retarded.
Selma Hayek.
Yeah.
You and I, we can agree on that. Fucking, why do I keep getting 404 error codes? Let me see if I can. I need to find an actual fucking picture.
You don't notice the bug eyes if you are behind them.
No. So her name. So it's Alexandra Daddario. Here. But like I've noticed that people either think she's gorgeous or like that they're like her eyes are too big. I can't handle it.
She's hot. No, she's really hot.
Yes, like she's a 10 to me.
Yeah.
She's a 10. Selma Hayek is definitely a 10. Kate Beckinsale, Gemma Adderton. Okay. But yeah, I think she is just absolutely breathtaking. So she would be a 10. Gosh, who else?
Yeah, we'll agree on that.
Mm.
She's hot.
Yay.
True detective. True detective word.
I'm trying to think.
She looks like a teen jailbait.
What the fuck? No.
Oh.
Dude, she's way prettier than like Ariana Grande or Taylor
Oh
Swift.
yeah. No.
I
See,
like-
those women are 2s who are being treated like 10s. It's like, come on, bro.
I don't know about a 2, but definitely
Taylor
not.
Swift's a 2. Taylor Swift's a 2. I'm sorry. No ass, no tits, no face, hair's
No
kind of
face.
shit.
She obviously has a
Awful.
face, motherfucker.
Nah, no face. No face.
If Emma Watson hadn't gone absolutely fucking psycho, she could have been really pretty. But she like hates her femininity, like loathes it. I also think Anne Hathaway is really, really like I think she's gorgeous, easily like a 9 or a 10. Anne Hathaway is just a fucking knockout. But I can't believe you don't think she is a 10.
I don't think she is a 10, no.
All right, now that we derailed for like a solid, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Dude, I actually think
or
okay,
longer.
you know, there's another part of the movie where they show like these bunch of like princesses or something, right?
You mean the
a lot of
slave
those-
girls
I don't know. They were
in
like
the palace
dancers.
before they jump out into the fountain, or
Yeah, and they're all like falling for him, right? They're all like, oh my god, right?
yeah,
I reckon all of them were hotter than her.
you're insane. Let me see if I can find the still for that. Hold on. What would that be? God, I don't know what this is going to bring up. I should be very careful about what I type in. Well, I typed in Prince of Persia Sands of Time movie Palace Girls. So, I mean, there's always a chance that this could go really wrong.
I could.
Nope. Yeah, I can't find a still of the Palace Girls because they weren't important enough. They weren't pretty enough.
Nah,
they were
they
also,
were
like-
underrated.
But they were all beautiful. Like they were like this movie is actually filled with beautiful women. Like
Oh yeah.
those used to be chat. Remember when that used to be a thing? Like beautiful women. It's just insane. Oh, Christy Swanson. Yes, definitely a 10 for sure.
I don't know who that is.
She's the OG Buffy, the blonde Buffy from the movie.
Yeah, no.
Have you watched?
I've not watched Buffy, no.
Okay, so there's a Buffy TV series with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I've heard about the TV show, but I've never watched it.
It was prompted off of the success of this film. Here is Christy Swanson as Buffy from the movie. Absolutely gorgeous, super stunning. But yeah, Christy Swanson was look at this. Knockout. Looks like a woman, acts like a woman.
Nice.
Gorgeous. But Stig, we've already established that your scale is fucking broken, okay?
Okay, I can't agree with that. I'd say like a 7 or an 8.
Jeez Louise.
On the blonde chick, like the blonde chick you just showed, yeah, like an 8.
Christy Swanson, yeah, she's fucking beautiful. But yeah, this movie, it's so much fun.
It is. It's a fun adventure. Dumb little jokes happen. Like they actually remember to do dumb, funny jokes, and it's not like Marvel shitty jokes, right? Where they're trying to like be Guardians of the Galaxy yet again. It's like, it's like there's this guy, and he's always like he runs this little abandoned, I guess, little trackway of emus, right? And he bets on them. He's got a little trackway, and he allows everyone to bet on them, and he likes it because.
The tax man.
The tax he makes up stories of this little town of all the slave people killing their masters and eating them and stuff like that. So then he doesn't get taxed because he hates paying tax because the Persian roads. That is actually a
telling
joke.
It to one of the Persian princes.
Yeah, and it's so funny. It's like, yeah, I just hate paying tax. And then how they get her, it's funny because also how they get him to help is like, there's a lot of gold. And he's like, I don't know about that. A lot of tax-free gold. And then he's in, and he's like, yeah, I'm in.
He's like, I'm always good business. You can't, good business deal is a good business deal. But he even says, so like there's a bounty out for his head because he has been set up. I'm not going to ruin the movie because I hope some of you actually go watch it, but he has been set up for a murder. I won't tell you who, and I won't tell you who's guilty. But he has been set up for a murder, and he is trying to clear his name and save the Persian Empire along with other innocent people, right? But as of right now, there's a bounty on his head because they believe that he murdered this individual.
Yeah.
And so there's a part where the guy is like, the same guy is like, I'd turn my own mother in for that amount of gold. And then his like right-hand man looks at him and he's like, what? You didn't know what she was like. Terrible woman. Like, he's just
awful.
He
awful
just
woman.
leads into it. And God, it's just it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it also doesn't make a joke of itself.
He's also got this bodyguard that's really good at throwing knives.
And
any chance he brings it up, he'll bring it up. Any chance he gets, he's like, "Did I tell?" I'm forgetting the names.
Have I told you about the Umbaka?
Yeah, that's it. And it has a really good payoff at the end for that as well. But we don't want to spoil it. But yeah, like it just does these little jokes that a lot of movies forget to do, but not in an annoying way where they ruin the serious moments like in Marvel or Kung Fu Panda 3, right? They just yeah, I hate that movie. Yeah, they do the humor good throughout the movie. It's good.
It is. It's the pacing, and so a lot of people might like this has very similar feels and beats to Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. It's very, very similar. And it is produced by the same people. It has the same score. Like the same guy scored it. So the same composer. There we go. I could not think of the word. So same composer. And it works. It's fun. It's exciting. It's endearing. But it also has stakes. And the thing is, without trying to ruin too much of the movie, the stakes are really fucking high. Mm-hmm. And it follows the game's stakes pretty well. Another thing that was really close to it was National Treasure. It had similar beats as National Treasure. So there was a time not that long ago that Disney was capable of making adaptations that didn't completely suck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is possible. This is proof that everything they're doing right now is a choice.
Yeah, because this movie, you could tell a lot of the budget went into it at the end, but
yeah, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? But they like I said, when he actually uses like his power stuff, right? It actually looks good. It's not
Yes.
cheesy and shit where a lot of these fucking new costumes and CGI just looks awful, right? This actually looks decent in the CGI part, and it's like, how can we go from this, right? This is not even as good CGI as Pirates, but it's still a lot better than what they have today, which is wild because it's what 14 years
14 years later.
Yeah, which is insane. It's like, okay, what have we done wrong? How do we go from this to whatever the hell we have now?
Yeah, Disney had a string of like, so there was National Treasure 2, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest or whatever. Like they had a stint of like adventure romances that did relatively, like, honestly did pretty well as far as I can remember. Like I don't remember. Here's the thing. I do not remember a whole big because outside of like the Atlantic article or whatever, I don't remember a whole lot of fuss over this movie. You know what I mean? And if I remember right, I think it made like, and back in 2010, this is impressive I mean, it's today, Disney would love to make $168 million profit off of a film. You know what I mean? So like $168 million profit.
And he doesn't even look that old. They could do one today.
They could.
The guy, he doesn't fucking age that kind of name. But yeah, they could do another one, and they could just do it him slightly older, and people would believe it. That's the thing, because he's not that much different looking.
He hasn't aged that much.
Yeah,
he really hasn't. And so, like,
the problem is, I just don't trust him now. Yeah,
exactly.
But I bet you people would want it. A lot of Assassin's Creed fans would want it, right?
Yes.
In that to get that fulfilled, but also the actual fans of Prince of Persia would love it.
Yeah, and if I remember right, like actual fans were like, they were like, hey, we get that they couldn't do it exactly like the game, but they got really fucking close. And like I showed you guys the picture. He looks damn near close. Like so damn close. And so to get pissed because he's only half Jewish, like, oh, he's too white because he's half white. Like, bruh. Their rules are so, it's such an exhausting way to live. Like, I can't imagine looking for stuff to hate like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get bored.
But this one scene right here where he's, oh, by the way, because this is not green screen. Like, look at how gorgeous some of these sets are. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's one thing they did really well was the scenery. Because one thing what a movie will do is they'll just spend the whole time in the desert the whole time. You know what I mean? And then you get kind of bored with that scenery. But this, it goes desert, like not full snow, but a little. Not really.
You're in the mountains. Like now you're in the mountains. Yeah. Now you're in the desert. Now you're in an oasis. Now you're in a city. Now you're.
The traveling isn't like boom, boom, boom. You do see the travel have a little thing, but it isn't as slow as like a TV show, right? Early game, right? But you still get to see them travel it to there, right? And you're like, okay, this is where we're going. This is where we're going. You always know where they're going, and so it's nice.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you get an actual sense of it. This show does something that Rings of Power can't do or refuses to do. This show does something that Halo couldn't do. You have scale. Like, you actually get a sense of how far and how vast this whole thing is. And it's unreal how amazing, like, the fact that you're able to tell roughly how much time has passed. And the fact that you're able to tell just how far they've traveled. Like, that is not something that gets taken for granted today. They're like, oh, people will figure it. Like, they'll just put their own timeline in there. Like, no, if you don't have any sense of scale, it pulls you out of the IP because you're spending too much time trying to fill in blanks that have always been essentially like secondary. But you need the setting in order to like make the story work and make it make sense.
Yeah. And another thing they did really well, which most movies get wrong nowadays, is the combat.
Yes.
And dumb. Actually, this scene right here, this is dumb funny shit. I'm gonna spell one scene. This is actually so fucking funny. So he's climbing up this tower to like attack this palace type of place, like a really religious town, right? And the way he's doing it is he's getting these crossbowmen to shoot arrows just slightly above him, and he's catching up. But while that's happening, one shoots him in the hand. He doesn't say anything, but the other bowman next to him goes, "Are you drunk?"
You've been
actually,
drinking?
it is actually gold. Wait, hey, extra. Yeah, it is.
Whole
it
movie.
is gold.
Yes, this whole movie is just
Actually, what's her name, by the way? What was that chick's name we were arguing about? Who if she was a 10?
Gemma Adderton.
Oi, extra, is Gemma Adderton a 10 or like a 7? He'll
Hold
give
on,
a
let
real
me-
answer. Yeah, that's her there on the left. That's like a 7, eh? Like you'd still like save her and fight an army and whatnot, but that's like a 7, eh? Just real quick, take it back.
Hang on. See, today, excuse me.
He says 7.8 being charitable. 7, 8 being charitable.
You guys are insane. Hi, Extra Zero.
I bet you're hotter than her.
D-Day Direwolf. What the fuck?
Okay, that's a wild statement. That's a wild statement. To be fair, though, he is a slut. Look at that profile picture.
Right. She's just so like that. Even when I was watching this, right, Mozza, like there's banter between them.
Yeah,
but, like, when she sort of like picks at him, he like puts her down, right? When she like, so she's like, "How come you can't take your eyes off me?" And he kind of stumbles. That's really the only time she gets one over on him, because she'll say something like right here. She was like, he was like, "You enjoy telling me what to do," and she was like, "Only because you're so good at following orders." And he's like, "Don't push your luck." Right? Like he is obviously listening to her because he wants to, not because of some weird feminist bullshit. Right?
Yep.
And
No,
there's
I agree with that.
That
and
happens a couple times.
Yeah, most of the time he's actually one-upping her. Like,
yes.
There's one where she's like, "Oh, did you find what you're looking for?" And he's like, yes. Like, because he's looking at this little necklace around, and you can kind of see her breast, right? And he's like, "Well, yes." And like most of the time he will win that argument, but it's not like annoying. You know how sometimes it'll just be annoying one-sided? Yeah. They're both kind of...
They're actually bantering.
Yeah,
they're going back and forth. They're taking digs at each other. And so, like, and that's the thing that's missing from today. It would be just her slamming him, and he wouldn't like retaliate or buck back at all. And that isn't the case. She very much gets slammed down.
Yeah, and she's... Oh, sorry. She's not a complete bitch. That's the best part about it as well. At the start, she's a bit stuck up, but circumstances, everyone would be, right? That's the thing.
Absolutely.
It's like, that's the thing. It's like the women today, they're just bitch, no matter what. Dude, they could be having the best day of their life, and they're still a bitch, right? Whereas she's just pissed off on that one day, but throughout the movie, you see her slowly turn in more, you know...
So there is a scene in the desert where she's like, "Oh, look at the big tough prince of Persia, born with a silver spoon in his mouth, being told the whole world is his." And he turns around and he fucking rips her ass, like absolutely rips her. and she just like shuts
Yeah.
up.
'Cause
And
he was found from the king. He's not actually he's not blood like royalty. He was found off the streets from the king because he had a noble heart. He saved a younger lad from the guards, right? And the king was like, "Oh, I'm taking you in. You're my boy now," right? Because he was an orphan, and so like he ripped into her because it's like, no, I fought for everything I had, and that was a good scene as well because
yes,
if anything, she was more spoiled than him.
absolutely.
Like,
And and that's when she realized she had misjudged him, mischaracterized him, and that she
Yep.
was in fact being a bitch. But
Yeah.
also, like this works out so well because like you can see because they do this thing called emoting in this movie. I know, fucking wild, but she you can see in this like in that scene after he tells her all of that because the last thing he says is like he's like, what you're seeing is the walk of a man who just lost everything.
Yeah, and
Right?
because she says, oh, that's a proud Persian man who
Yeah, stomping around.
thinks he owns the world because he was told that at birth, and then
Yeah.
that's when he just rips into him.
And then she shuts up.
Yeah,
She
she's like,
shuts
oh,
up.
shit.
And you can see like she obviously can't apologize, but all of a sudden she's like, oh, like I was actually wrong. Like
Yeah,
this isn't he's not who I thought. This like he's not like the stories that I've been told. And it's such a good scene. Is this movie perfect? No. It's
no, it's
like,
not perfect. No,
it,
no.
don't go into this with the expectation that this is like a 10 out of 10. But this is I would give this movie a solid 7.5 or 8 for sure.
One thing I will say is there's some action scenes where you're like, are you just trying to take the book out of Zack Snyder? Like they'll do like real slow motion on certain scenes. I'm like, why did you kind of slow mo there?
If you play the game, that is actually here. Let me see if I can.
There's just so much of it though, but yeah.
Yes, and that is because they actually.
If you're not from the game, right? It could probably like jar you a little bit. Like, oh
yes,
shit.
Very much so. Here, we'll go over here. So this is some of the gameplay, and I'm trying to find. Let me see. So yeah, this is actually a scene out of the movie. He actually scales a building like this.
Yeah, it is super Assassin's Creed like.
It is
wild.
like the games are very very similar. They're both Ubisoft, so it shouldn't like shock anybody really. But like all of this parkour, all of this scaling stuff, he like Jake Gyllenhaal's character, he absolutely does this in the movie. And it makes sense because he grew up poor. He was an orphan. He had to fight for it, right? I'm trying to find here, maybe right here. Yeah, okay. So like, see, this is like stuff out of the game. All this slow-mo, flip, kick, slice, dice. It's out of the game. So they actually did a very decent job. See, here we go. That right there, you see that a lot in the movie. And and they were trying to this was more so like what Halo did was absolutely shit on the lore and then put a couple of things in there to be like, oh look, gamers, this is for you. Like here's the Arbiter who's not really the Arbiter. Like here, oh, there's the Halo ring. You finally get to see the Halo ring. Like
Chief,
Chief, Master Cheeks.
Master Cheeks.
So Halo got it all wrong because what they did was they wrote their own show and then they put a Halo wrapping on it. Is all they did.
Whereas
this movie. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just gonna say. Whereas these guys, they tried to make Prince of Persia as best as they could. Mm-hmm. Whereas they were trying to push the actual limits of what they could actually do. You know what I mean? Whereas Halo was just like, no, we're not even gonna try. Whereas these guys, they probably felt bad that they couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Without it being a 4-hour long movie, because no one, especially 2010, no one's watching a 4-hour movie.
Yeah. It's not a thing back in 2010. You're not going to the theater for 3, 4, 4.5 hours.
You imagine telling people the Batman's 3 hours? People wouldn't have not have gone to
No.
watch that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna give this a thumbs up, and I don't give anything from Walt Disney a thumbs up. But this is also almost 2 decades ago. Disney, like it's insane to me that just 14 years ago they were capable of stuff like this.
yeah.
So you can't tell me that you don't have the technology, or you don't have the material, or you don't have the skill or the knowledge or the know-how. It's a choice. This,
Oh, yeah.
This
They got
movie,
better technology today as well, where they could do more in-game stuff. That's the thing. If they could do where it actually looks a bit more, or if they wanted to do it animated, right? They could do an animated movie where it's just like the Mario, right? But get the voices way better than what they did with the Mario movie and stuff like that, right? But they just choose to completely change it and make it so much worse because these people, they want to make it's like they're too scared to make their own thing.
Yeah.
Now, I shit on Concord daily, right? Almost daily. But the thing is, at least that was their own creation. With these people, they're worse than the people at Concord because at least Concord, they just made their own thing and it flopped, right? We can move on from that. Whereas these people are destroying what was actually good. You know what I mean? Like, well, not these people, but other people like Disney now.
Absolutely. They're 100% destroying established lore, established characters, established IPs. And then they want to try and gaslight us and be like, oh, you're just racist or you're homophobic or you're whatever. And you're just like, no, I just want you to make a good game, like, or a good movie or a good TV show. Like, I'm not asking for you to fucking reinvent the wheel.
Dude, the amount of hype, right, leading up to Assassin's Creed Mirage, right? Like, just keeping up with Ubisoft type stuff, right? The hype was unreal because they said that they were going back. The area looked like this. It looked like Assassin's Creed 1 and 2, right? The area. You were actually what is it called? The actual from that country, right? And everyone was hyped. It looked like it was going. Then they changed it. You were like some weird North god, and you had special powers, and they did it like, and they flipped it. They lied, and it was like, well, I'm never trusting you again.
Yeah.
Like, fans do want this stuff, but it's just they don't want it when it's shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, oh my god.
Like, I just remember this movie made almost, and in 2010, a $200 million profit. That's fucking ridiculous, especially because this isn't Curse of the this isn't Pirates of the Caribbean. This isn't the National Treasure films. Like, this was Disney taking a risk, and it paid off. They made I think when you adjust for inflation, so if we're talking today's numbers, this would probably be like a $200 million movie, right? But I think when they made this, it was like 95 million. And it made something like 400 million at the box office. So after you figure everything from, production, like advertising, production, theaters and shit like that, that's $150 million profit. Like, that's not a bad...
Dude, they could make another Prince of Persia movie with just that profit alone.
Exactly. Like,
yeah.
You absolutely could, and it would probably, if they stuck to this same fucking formula,
dude,
they make a shit ton of money.
How many movies of Prince of Persia was there?
Just this is it.
No, I meant games. Sorry, games.
4. There's 4. I want to say.
So you got 4 movies 4 games, that you could go off of, right? You could at least have an outline. It's like the main story, right?
Yeah.
So, come on, lads.
Like, it's, I'm trying,
Like these
The first
guys
one came out in the
definitely-
80s. The first one came out in the 80s.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Way more than 4? Sorry, we're
No.
talking the PS2 version, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, we're talking about
PS2.
PlayStation.
PS2. Yeah, PS2.
I'm pretty sure on PS2 there are 4, but I think there's somewhere around like 12 games
Yeah. Yeah. Oh damn.
total, but on PS2 chat, is it 4 on PS2? Chat. Here, let me
We're
you know
gonna
what?
get
Let me just look it up.
in a minute.
How
We're about to
many Prince of Persia games are there? Look at that.
Because it started
Okay.
off as a little side
So-
scroller.
Yeah, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11. The first one came out in 89. The second one came out in 93. And the third one came out in 99. So Prince of Persia 2, Shadow and Flame, and then Prince of Persia 3D. Then they were, according to this, they were purchased by Ubisoft. And then, oh, come on.
Mm.
And then you got in 2000, so 6 years later, right? So you got, or 5, you got Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, Battles of Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones, Sands of Time is right there.
Isn't Sands of Time the best one?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the most popular by far. Fallen
Yeah.
King, Prince of Persia, and then The Lost Crown, which just came out this year, which
Yeah.
looks like
Apparently-
absolute dog shit.
You know, it's funny. It was actually good. It just got buried from all the shit.
Oh.
I've heard it's actually good. It was actually one of the best games. And you know, it's funny that happened twice to them. Apparently, that Avatar game that they made is actually decent, and then that got buried by other good games. And apparently, this one was actually decent and got buried.
It's because nobody trusts Ubisoft anymore. They've
the marketing
all
was
their
shit.
goodwill.
Yeah, the marketing was not well. It was better than most market, like some other stuff that's been marketed, but it didn't look that good. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lost Crown is actually good.
It was
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
marketing. Because here, all right, so we're gonna get nailed for this trailer too, but we'll watch it really quick.
Avatar's not good. I've heard Avatar's pretty good.
See, they've already fucked up because it says Ubisoft on it. You should have just kept Ubisoft far away,
Yeah.
tiny, like down here in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, this actually looks good.
Let's go. She's gonna play it now.
See, like
Yeah.
explore the mythological Persia. Okay. Yep. See, very Assassin's Creedy. Like,
But
they're-
also
they're-
still that Prince of Persia like to it.
aesthetic
Good.
and storyline.
Yep.
Huh.
Like a lot of people were like, "Wait, hold up! Did Ubisoft make this, or did someone else?"
I think
I
they
remember
they had to have outsourced the shit out of this.
Yeah, probably.
Look at this. There's no way Ubisoft made this. Look at the bro.
Lady G's about to buy it.
Plagued by a time curse.
That's a slow mo you're talking about.
Yep. That's a Prince of Persia staple. Yep. See?
The arrows. Let's go. Let's go. I think it wasn't this trailer. I think there's a different trailer that everyone like got their shits with. Like I remember one trailer, everyone hating. I might be wrong, but
I mean, it's entirely possible. I probably even watched the trailer.
There was one trailer and it was all like I swear it was awful, and everyone just turned it down. Everyone was like, "No, not even giving me a chance."
This actually looks like this looks good.
Like fun, eh? Just like actual gameplay.
Yeah, actual
Yep.
fucking gameplay.
Yep. No cinematic bullshit.
There's no way Ubisoft did this. Like, just think of the other shit that they put that or the dev team there was like minimal oversight because Ubisoft didn't care enough. Like the higher ups.
Mm.
Like, look at this.
Yeah, the enemy designs are sick.
This is
They're also doing I forgot what one they're doing, but they're doing like a remaster for next year for one of these games.
of
Prince of
course.
Persia. I forget what it was.
I'm not hating this trailer.
That's
You know what
cool,
else it is? It's not like rap music or like it fits the trailer. Like
The
it's-
trailer.
there's not like you're not waiting for
We have no sound right now. I thought you were doing it.
oh
I thought you had it on
can't hear
purpose. Yeah, no. I thought you had that on purpose. Lol, lol,
Oh.
lol.
I can hear it. Hang on. Let me fix it. But the music is actually
sounds of stand. Sorry, Jesus.
there we go.
Sands of time. Sorry.
Can you hear it now?
Yep.
Okay. Like there's not because the thing that we suffer from with trailers today is like that like that drop, you know what I mean?
We don't get sick shit where the Dovahkiin song from Skyrim anymore.
Yeah,
where it
everything
fits it.
sounds the same. This
Yeah,
came
it's just a
out
rap.
Soul Assassin, this came out this year.
Yeah. Dude, a lot of people, no, I shit you not, a lot of people just skipped out on it, and because Ubisoft name, and I'm pretty sure the first trailer, I think because I believe this trailer came out a little bit after, right? But usually, like what happened with Silent Hill 2, right, is the first trailer is awful, so a lot of people just don't care about the second trailer, even the game, you know what I mean? So they don't give it a chance. So your first trailer needs to be fucking good, you dumbasses, all right?
Yeah.
A Ubisoft original. Watch out.
Like 18th of January. Yeah, this came out at the beginning of this year.
Yep.
This actually looks
varied.
really good, and you have gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
The villains actually
Cool
look
puzzles.
sick. Puzzles, like the setting is beautiful. Like this right here, that is so cool. Like where you get to like run through like the scenery. Like that actually looks really good.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking incredible. Like you'd think, hey, like it just sucks that no one would give it a chance. I hate when that happens because
to be fair, Ubisoft did it to themselves. Like
they did with
really,
the shit trailer and all the shit games that they've done throughout the years. They kind of deserved it, but at the same time, it's like, guys, give this one a chance. Give this trust me.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, bruh.
Trust me on this one.
But yeah, it's actually so like this scene right here, this gameplay scene right here, it's actually really good at showing you because in the movie, they do this a lot. The kick over, flip, twist, stab, and then like slow motion, right?
Backflips and shit too.
Yes,
great.
There's tons of it. And the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal trained for quite a while in order to be able to nail a lot of these stunts. I mean, it just proof that, and he played the games to prep for the movie.
Yeah,
like he played the
that's
game.
unheard of. That's
Yes.
unheard of now. Like, and they're getting paid a lot more than he did, but at that time as well.
Oh yeah. So, but like they actually did a really good job of trying to honor the video game as best they could. Like obviously you can't be fighting all of these people. Like there is a lot of action, there's a lot of there's intrigue, there's mystery, there's betrayal, there's action, and there's battles. So like the fact that they couldn't fit in everything, it's forgivable because what they did manage to fit in,
it still feels like Prince of Persia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's just, God, people used to try. We used to get deep. Like this show is by no means like the best film ever made or one of the best of 2010,
No.
but it tried.
Yeah, no, I did. It's so sad because there's so many. I reckon there's so many good games that could be a movie if they did well. Like, dude, we could get a. Imagine getting a GTA movie that's a bit more like 21 Jump Street. It would be fantastic.
It'd be hilarious.
It would be fantastic. Like,
Mhm.
it actually would be top tier. Like, and as much as I love those games, but like you could get a funny film out of it. That's the thing. Like GTA 5. Oh, dude, like GTA, you could do GTA 5, or you could do that like 4, 3. They like all those ones could do like just that gangster going up, right? There's so many, and then there's so like Conan, right? Do you remember the Conan the Barbarian PS3 game?
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I loved that plot more than a lot of the movies. I don't
Ooh.
particularly like the movies that much because in the game he's getting like different armor pieces and he's like it's a bit more. It reminds me more of God of War, right? The actual gameplay is literally God of War, but the story is just so much better than what they did in the movies, because in the movies sometimes he's just a normal barbarian and he's just fighting humans, where in this one he's fighting like a giant serpent god thing. He's you know what I mean? He's fighting creatures and he's getting different armor pieces. It's like a PS3 game. It's like I'm pretty sure it's just called Conan. Really good. That could be a great movie if they wanted to do that.
There's so much material out there, but they're cowards and they don't care. And then they always use the same excuse of, oh, like toxic fan this or racist backlash that or whatever the case may be. And
these people that we're seeing right now, they had weird armor. I'm not gonna lie, they had really cool looking armor. But the horses looked awesome. When you first see them, they actually are menace. Straight up menace. And how they fight with these snakes is actually sick. Dude, they're actually so smart. Sorry to cut you off. I just seen these guys. I'm like, oh my god, this is the perfect time. But when they're fighting, so they'll be, when the swords like clash, they'll have the snake crawl up from their arm and try and bite the dude. And I'm like, that's actually so fucking smart. Like as a villain, that is such a villain tactic, and it's so smart. You know what I mean? Like you don't have the hero do that, of course.
Yes,
but
and it's
such a villainous like act, and it's so cool.
And it tracks, and here's the thing: nobody in this movie is trying to be gray. Like you don't have misunderstood, and you don't have you don't have morally bankrupt heroes. You have Prince Dastan, who is trying to clear his name, save his family, save the Persian Empire, and now this woman that has sort of fallen into his care, into his charge, who he's growing more and more fond of every single day. And it's not trying to be something it's not. It is just a good old wonderful fucking adventure film. It's just fun. And again, it's not a perfect film, guys. Like, don't go into this thinking, oh my god, this is gonna be the best fucking movie I've ever seen. That isn't what I'm saying. But I'm saying this is a great date night movie for sure. Great date night movie. This is a great popcorn flick. There's something for everybody. There's action, there's adventure, there's intrigue, there's betrayal, there's actual plot. Like I was just like, holy shit, there's like a plot and like 4 subplots going on, and they all make sense.
And they're actually cool.
Shit. And
it's not.
Sorry, go ahead.
They're all kind of connected-ish.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're not. You know how some movies they won't answer anything, right? And they're so disinvolved from the main story. It's just like, what the fuck? Like in a movie, like in a TV show, that kind of works, right? You can do that, but in a movie, it kind of needs to be a bit more connected. And dude, they, like I said earlier, they even pay off little jokes. Man, this is like the guy is throwing the knife, like that gets paid off in such a cool way.
Yes,
like it's just like, what the. Well, you didn't expect that. That's the thing as well. Like everything gets paid off in an awesome way. It's like, okay, cool.
And yeah, nothing is really taken for granted. The pretty much all of the threads that they started get wrapped up. They
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
They actually knew how to end a movie.
yeah, they knew how to end the movie. It's not
I-
bittersweet. It's
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil anything here, but like like it's very masculine. It's very traditional. The hero fucking earns the girl, like earns her approval, earns her admiration, and earns her like that used to be okay. That used to be a thing.
Full of bitches. Used to be good.
Pulling bitches.
Pulling bitches.
But
well, I will admit the ending, I was a little worried. I won't spoil it, but when it first happened, I was like, oh, hold up. And then they cook and they actually have to resolve it. It's not just like instant fix.
yes.
You know what I mean? Like you have to go through some more steps. It's like, okay, actually now this is actually intense again. It becomes intense again. It's like, oh, how's he gonna do this? And then it pays off again, and it's like, okay. Because there's a lot of movies that will just okay, yep, it's all good now, and it's just like, oh no, this is actually no. I was real worried on that end, but yeah.
Proven is absolutely correct. Payoffs are way more fun than Easter eggs. It's so much more satisfying than Easter eggs too. I would okay, so if there had been no payoff with the Umbaka, you're telling me that you would have been okay with it?
Okay, no, but okay.
Because they set it up the whole film long. They set that shit up.
Yeah, they did. But no, okay. I like payoffs, right? I'm not saying they're bad, but to say they're better than Easter eggs, really?
In today's media, absolutely, because Easter eggs are used as nostalgia bait.
Okay, but okay. Because I come from Call of Duty Zombies, right? Where the Easter eggs kind of give you the ending, I suppose you could say, because they give you the actual story and stuff, right? So I guess like from a movie perspective, where it's just like, oh look, Iron Man his helmet is like ancient here, or like I haven't seen what like at this time zone, right? And it's like, oh okay, but Easter eggs where it's like COD zombie Easter eggs where it's actually like really fun. I'm gonna have to say they're better. Yeah, but I do like it being paid off because there's some movies where you just don't feel satisfied.
Yeah,
and it's just like blah.
Like they'll start a bunch of threads and then they just leave them. Like there's no conclusion, there's no resolution, and it's dissatisfying. And so when you get there, like if there's no payoff, so say like what was the movie that just recently did this where I can literally see like the actors, but the whole time they're talking up how strong this person is, how invincible this person is, just how capable. Oh, fucking okay, we can make this real easy. Rings of Power. Just fucking Galadriel this. Galadriel is so badass. She's so powerful. She's the best fighter we got. She's this, she's that. And then like she literally jumps backwards off of a cliff because she can't beat Sauron in swordplay. And he literally he gave her so many opportunities. Like that whole fucking show just pisses me off.
I love that show.
You're broken. But with stuff like this, where they really did try, and you can tell that whoever was in charge outside of Jerry Bruckheimer, first of all, the costume and props department, freaking like,
dude. Do you think you can find a photo of the horse where you first see the horse they're riding? And you know how it's got all the horns and shit?
Yeah.
They look sick.
Let me see if
that was cool. Because the first time you see them, you know they're a menace, not to be messed with.
Let me see.
So good.
Horse. I don't know. Yeah, it's not going to give me specifically a picture of the. Oh, it's her on the horse, but like. So here's the horse in like its regalia and stuff, but you're talking about like the battle at the walls, right?
Yeah, because you know when you first see the ones who are meant to like be banned, right? They run down like this guy right here. You remember when they were on the horses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just it's the little stuff.
Sick.
It's the little things, all of those little details that went into this. I mean, you were even saying the sword is accurate. Like the sword's accurate, the dagger is accurate, the costumes are bang on. The props department and the costume department, like Disney needs to get them back because this was by far it looks this doesn't look like anything else. You know what I mean? Like this clearly looks that looks like
like he
it
looks like him.
Yeah, it looks like him. It doesn't you're not going to confuse this for any other fantasy or
Jon Snow.
like you're not going to confuse this with Game of Thrones. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is this beautiful shot right here with the sand rolling in on this city. This is for like a 10-second story that she tells him about how if the sands of time are released, it'll wipe out all life on Earth. And this is this is talking about like as she's talking, this is what plays on the screen. Look at how beautiful this shot is for 10 seconds.
There's a lot of that in this movie where it's just like a quick thing, but it looks so nice. It's weird. So good. Like, so it just makes the movie so much better.
It really does.
Yeah. Like, you can tell, like, you know how sometimes it'll be until the end of the movie where you're like, well, there was no budget for this movie. And then one thing will happen, you'll be like, oh, okay, all the budget went there. There is a scene kind of like that, but not really. You don't go, oh, the whole budget was spent on that one moment.
Yeah.
You can go, oh, wow, a lot of money was spent on it, but it wasn't like the whole movie. This movie is, dude, it's like, it's something like fucking the way they kind of show the cities is like from Lord of the Rings almost as well. How they, you know what I mean? It's not exactly, of course. I'm not saying it's exact or even as cool, but they do try and show the beauty of the cities and stuff like that.
And this is so unique. Like you're not gonna think this doesn't look like Wheel of Time. This doesn't look like Rings of Crap. This doesn't look like Halo. This looks like Prince of Persia. This is its own entity. It doesn't look like Star Wars. It doesn't look like Star Trek. Like you're not going to confuse this with another IP. This very clearly looks like its own thing. And they spent so much time putting these details in there that, you know, whoever made this, clearly a fan of the games. Jake Gyllenhaal did amazing.
Time will erase everything.
Kingsley was a freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, it was good.
So like here's the scene, they're scaling the wall, right? To try and breach the city.
We must take it there.
Yes, and
you really enjoy telling me what to do, don't you?
Right? And like the sweeping shots, just the I love it.
At following orders.
Yeah, don't press your luck.
See, he banters right back. He doesn't just lay down and take it. It's actual banter.
There's the horses.
There they are.
Yeah, they look sick. You can
absolutely tell that these guys are not fucking around.
Yeah. They were sick. And the armor that they had, like the actual... see, that's very Assassin's Creed. Like, not the older ones, but newer, right? Like...
And like the thing is, this movie came out and it didn't go one way or the other until like that article that we shared earlier. the mainstream media came out and accused it of whitewashing. And it's like that didn't actually happen at all. And it's a good movie. It's fun. I recommend it. I really do.
Oh yeah. No, it's actually a lot better than I originally thought. I was like, oh god, this is gonna be cheesy, lame as shit. I'm like, oh god. Like I thought me and you were gonna be fighting. I'll be like, why did you make me watch that piece of shit? But no, I was actually quite impressed.
It's really good. This movie, Pirates of the Caribbean, National Treasure, they had a few like that. The John Carter movie, like they had epic adventure live action, and they just abandoned it for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck now they're doing live action versions of their cartoons. It's like why?
Yeah, and I'm over here like I'm like, bruh, just go back and just do this again.
Oh my god, you know what's really funny? Do you think this movie is why they made the Lion King, the original Lion King dude, like the meant to be the father, an orphan? They're like, oh yeah, people like that shit. People like people being orphans who turn into prince, even though it's not part of the original story.
I don't know. I think because let's see, this movie came out in 2010. John Carter came out in 2012. Let me see.
You know the thing is, if they had kept doing that and hero movies, right? Like imagine if they didn't put all their eggs in just hero movies, right?
Yeah.
Hero movies would have been more successful because there wouldn't have been as many as many bad ones. Because honestly, dude, I'm sorry, but the MCU is not as good as we think it is.
No.
Even those earlier movies, it's like, oh, okay.
You go back and watch like the first Iron Man, you're like, shit, Marvel fell far. Yeah. Let's see.
Like, because you gotta remember, like, Thor 1 is fucking awful. Thor 2 is fucking really bad.
I actually didn't mind the Thor films.
Really?
I didn't mind them. They were nowhere near as good. Like they weren't Iron Man by a long shot. But that was also for whatever reason.
You might cut out. Yeah, you might cut out.
Like they well, I'm trying to think.
Oh, yeah.
They were like willing to sacrifice Thor on the altar of humiliation before any of the other superheroes, and I don't know why.
Oh yeah, dude, they went straight near to it. Like first movie too, he was almost just a bitch already.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, if you go back, Thor's a bit of a bitch. Like, in that first film as well. That's the thing, right? And it's like, holy crap! Like I actually forgot how bad the first one was.
There's there's a couple scenes that you're like, okay. But for the most part, you're just like, man, they really dropped the ball on this.
Yeah, like you compare everyone's first movie, Captain America, Iron Man 1, you know what I mean? And then you go Thor 1, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, compared to Captain America, the first Avenger, or Iron Man 1, Thor cannot stand toe to toe. Like it's not even close.
Yeah, not at all.
Thor the Dark World.
Oh god.
Here's the thing. I liked the premise. I really liked the premise of it.
But
they executed it shit.
Awfully. The payoff was awful too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everything about it, it was just the enemies looked cool. The story was cool. Like especially the flashback scene of Odin fighting and stuff. There's cool premises, but they don't really get paid off, right?
No.
And it's like, oh god, because dude, first Avengers movie, it's like a 7. It's like,
yeah,
it's good. Avengers number 2, awful. I'm never watch it again. I genuinely think that's an awful movie. Like, I think it's bad. I don't
was
think
that
it's
Age of Ultron or was it? Yeah.
Yeah, Age of Ultron, bad. Civil War, good movie, but could have been 10 billion times better. I think
Good
Civil
movie.
War should have been like, dude, you know how they treated Thanos as just they called it the Infinity Saga?
Yeah,
They should have had a Civil War saga before they did Thanos saga.
I agree.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
should have done it where a couple of these movies are actually kind of happening while the Civil War is happening. You know what I mean? Imagine getting a Spider-Man movie and like he's got to kind of run away from Cap and stuff. He's just fighting, and oh my god, could have been so much better if they actually planned it. So I believe the MCU is actually really overrated. I just think because you even compare. Okay, now this is when DC was actually cooking. You compare the Dark Knight, right?
Oh yeah.
To any of the fucking MCU movies,
None
it
of them
could
hold a candle.
Yeah.
Like Iron Man might get close. Civil War might get close, but Dark Knight has it beat in spades.
Yeah, like I would sit down and watch that again. As much as I don't like the third one, right? I would still rewatch that trilogy again than trying to watch the Iron Man trilogy or the Captain. You know what I mean? Like something like that, right? I think I just think maybe it was the time, and it was maybe because we weren't as sick of superhero movies. But I think it's a bit overrated.
Superhero movies, yes.
Well, yeah, sick of bad superhero movies. Yeah. I think I don't know.
I don't because remember, so John Carter came out in 2012 and it was so poorly marketed that
Awful.
It actually, if I remember right, it lost about $30 million because it wasn't marketed at all. Like it wasn't marketed well. It wasn't marketed correctly.
Funny thing is, a lot of people are rewatching it now because it's like on free TV. It's on streaming services stuff,
and everybody's
and
like,
people
"Holy
are like,
shit!
Wow, this is amazing!" And there was I think it was 2 years ago. There wasn't a massive outcry, but there was a little outcry to make a number 2 of that.
Yep.
And it was like, too late, you fucking assholes.
Yeah,
what about Lone Ranger? Oh, dude, that movie people hated. I remember a lot of people hating that. I loved that movie.
I thought
that was the most funniest because that's the one with the Indian and the cowboy and the horse. Right, that one, right?
Yep. That's it.
Dude, that was funny as fuck adventure. I loved it.
It was great.
I haven't watched that in like 10 years. I want to watch that now.
Yeah, so John Carter, The Lone Ranger, Pirates of the Caribbean, National Treasure, Prince of Persia. They had so much. But then what happened in 2012? They bought Star Wars. And they bought Marvel. And everything went into even the Pixar studio suffered after that. Like once they bought Lucasfilm, like it really was the beginning of the end.
I mean, there's been a couple of good cartoons that I will be like, okay, that was not bad.
Yeah,
I didn't think Soul was awful.
I thought it was a good Pixar
type of film, right? Yeah. It felt very Pixar compared to what they were fucking making before, right?
Yep.
What's the one? Oh my god, what's the one of the Skeleton Boy? That one was pretty good.
Not in context. Coco,
I like that one. I'll defend that.
So
I haven't watched Toy Story 4. I refuse. I'm not watching Toy Story 5 either.
I have not watched Toy Story 3. I had 1 and 2. That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, you're watching 3 now.
No.
Watch 3. Stop being an idiot. Watch 3. Chop chop. Yeah, I said it. Chat, tell her. Stop being silly. Watch 3. It's a great trilogy. That's what people say. It's a great trilogy. How could you not watch the third? Come on. Get together.
Oh man, what a wild time. And to think like this was not that long ago. Disney used to be able to deliver. That's why they were Disney, and now they just can't.
Yeah, nothing used to. Dude, DreamWorks now could compete, but they're kind of making some of the mistakes. I mean, dude, look at Kung
Yeah.
Fu Panda 3. Oh my god! Like no matter how good DreamWorks was, right? I'm a big Shrek fan. I'm a massive dude. You know another underrated series, How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh, bro, I
Fucking
love that movie.
fantastic.
All
Dude,
three
all
of
three.
those films are freaking phenomenal.
Dude, Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2, phenomenal. But the thing is, they could just never compete against Disney, right? But now, if DreamWorks pulled their finger out and made movies like that, nowadays, they would dominate.
Absolutely.
They would be the next fucking Disney, man. If they just pulled out their finger, made like a couple of good movies like How to Train Your... Dude, even like How to Train Your Dragon 4 would slap like today, man.
Depending on how they handle it, absolutely.
Yeah.
But okay, so usually I try to keep Nostalgic Nirvana between an hour and a half and an hour 45. So we went a little bit over tonight, but overall, Moz, do you
I recommend.
Yeah,
7.
I recommend. I would say a 7.5. 7.5, 8. It's a great date movie. It's a great just hangout movie, popcorn movie. Like, it's fun. It's engaging. The pacing is really good. You're not like, and also no shaky cam. Like, I was noticing no shaky cam. I was like, bruh, we need to go back.
Thank God. Yeah, because dude, they think they're trying to do something cool, right? With the shaky cam, but it makes it look like a fucking really bad indie film when they start doing that shit. You know what I mean? They think they're trying to be edgy and cool, and it's like, nah, you just wrote it in the fucking film, you asshole.
Yep. I hate shaky cam. It is far and away my least favorite stylistic choice. And I know it's because of the Bourne Identity movie and the Bourne series is what made shaky cam popular. But I would rather have. Go ahead.
I don't mind shaky cam in a comedy, right?
Yeah.
Like in a comedy, some shaky cams, but when it's meant to be serious, god damn it, it's just awful.
You can't follow. Yeah, you can't follow anything. You're just like, shit. What's going on? Who's who? Where are we at? Like, it's just
what is
bad.
going on?
Yeah, it's just a bad time. But CEO Mozza, where can they find you?
I am a part of a group called Gronk Squad. We are currently trying to hit that magical 500 subscribers on our gaming channel. Where we're starting back up on Monday, so that's gonna be our first video back. Dead by Daylight, dude. There's a whole catalog of videos. We have so many videos. They're well edited. They're not just gameplay and unedited. Like they've got like if you have the time and you love that old school type of gaming videos, right? Actually edited and not just look the brain rot. You're gonna love that channel. And we would really appreciate it if we could get to 500 subscribers over there because we stream there every Friday as well, like a gaming live stream as well. So it's mad as
nice, and it is in the chat. So definitely go check them out. They're good guys. Love them to bits. They're a lot of fun. Raichu, thank you for your generosity tonight, Raichu. You've been absolutely stellar.
She
thanks
actually
for the great
hates me.
Stream, Lady G and Mozza. Oh, thank you. I don't hate him. I just,
she bullies me every day. I wake up to awful messages, chat. Awful.
Yeah, absolutely. I
tells me I stink.
Take a shower.
Yeah, awful.
Clean your room. Take a shower.
I'm gonna drop a secret that Lady G doesn't want anyone to know. She actually loves the Hobbit of the Dragon one. I forget the second one. She fucking loves. She loves it. Every day, I shit you not, she tells me how much she wants to watch the extended edition of the oh my god, I can't even remember the name. Desolation of Smaug or some shit.
Desolation of Smaug. And no.
She does, chat. She likes it more than the first Hobbit movie and the third. That's her favorite.
I'm going to put my foot up a hole real quick. My whole foot up Up.
Lady G
All the
gonna
way up.
start insulting you for your scale of hotness, Moz. No, dude, my scale is fucking fantastic. Thank you very much.
Your scale is skewed. You have clearly got brain damage. Clearly.
But you can't tell me one thing real quick. You can't tell me that chick from the Penguins not as hot.
I didn't
or
say
hotter.
she wasn't hot, but she's psycho hot. There is a difference.
She's hot and psycho hot though. She's like a good
she's
mix.
not. She's a masochist. You are a masochist.
Dude, she's sexy as shit. I'm
not
lie.
disagreeing with you.
I could save her.
No.
I
Don't
could
put
save
your
her.
Mozza. I've got to
Chat,
bleep
I could
myself
save her.
for YouTube, but don't put your bleep in don't put your in crazy. All right?
I can save her,
Keep your
chat.
prick in your pants. You can't save her.
I can
She
save
is
her.
gone away.
Either that or I'm changing. I'm going down a
If
back.
if I can't save her, I'll change to be like her.
I'm gonna be immortal.
My goodness. But thanks for watching the movie and hanging out with me tonight. I'm glad you liked it. And chat, I genuinely hope that if you go check out the movie, again, I'm not saying that this is going to be super accurate and super fantastic, but the things that it does right, it respects the source material for the most part. Like, there's a few things you're like, they didn't need that, but you sort of understand why they did it. The chemistry of the cast is fantastic. There are so many good performances. The scenery is gorgeous. The shots are epic. And they're not just putting in random Easter eggs to sort of placate gamers. You can tell they made this movie. It's basically like, and I'm not doing it justice when I say this, but it's almost like someone tried to take the gameplay and the cutscenes and put them together in live action as best as they could.
Yep. Yeah, and the story as well. That's the thing. It's like, it's just, okay, buddy, we see you. We can understand you couldn't do everything, but
you tried. Like, you definitely gave an effort. So that's all there. And, is there room for improvement on this movie? Absolutely. But it is actually really, really great. It's a lot of fun, and I agree with Mozza. I recommend. That's why it's on Nostalgic Nirvana, because this particular stream is only for the good things, because they're out there. We want you to find them. And this one isn't even that long ago. This is only 14 years. I mean, gosh, I've done stuff from, like the 70s and 80s and stuff like that. That's
retro,
way further back.
Real retro.
So, like the fact that
disco era.
Disco was like the 60s, bro. But
no, it's 70s, isn't it?
60s no. Disco was very much like 60s, and then
I don't know what you're talking
into
about.
The 70s,
because we're only in the 20s.
Yeah,
60s hasn't happened yet.
There you go. And so like the disco thing, it's so funny because like if you talk to like Gary or anybody that has heard or saw firsthand, disco was actually like a late 60s into early, like up to only like 73 maybe. And then it just kind of sputtered out, but Hollywood didn't let it die. Hollywood was like, "Oh, we're going to keep the disco going."
Really?
Yeah, well, it's the same shit so Hollywood does this where like Westerns, they made them so long. Like they started to overbloat the Westerns and stuff like that because Westerns brought in the money. And then Hollywood did them to death, and they did them incorrectly, but they just wouldn't let the Western rest. They wouldn't let it die.
All the good Westerns weren't even made in Hollywood. Like the good, the bad, the ugly, man. That was made some of them like Italy and stuff like that, right?
Spaghetti Westerns.
Because what people don't know is the good, the bad, the ugly is actually is that the third or second film in that trilogy? I forget. It's actually a part of a.
It's second.
Yeah, second. Yeah, it's the second.
Yeah.
People don't actually know because back then a lot of those Westerns they just didn't tell you that it's a sequel. They straight up just didn't tell you. And I kind of like that because in a way that's how
I thought it was second, Gearfuck. Is it
Oh,
third? It's been too long.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's like they did not let the Western die when it really like it was time. It was sort of time to, not that you couldn't continue to do Westerns here and there, but like they did them to death. And then it was, they did it with Westerns, they did it with disco, then they did it with I get like, but you know what they didn't do it with? 80s action heroes.
Yeah, that kind of
They-
just dropped.
It was literally the 80s, and
Yeah.
then that it because even if you look at 90s action movies,
They're different.
they're different. So
Yeah,
like
but-
they didn't do that with 80s action. But
Yeah,
oh my
but-
god, the fucking it's still happening. This stupid fucking vampire and werewolf bullshit. This either the post god, what is it called? Not postmodern.
Tell me you don't like vampires?
No, I don't. I think stake
Honestly,
them all, stake them
I
all
don't
in the
even-
heart.
I don't even think it's like just wolves and vampires. I think it's horror as a whole genre.
Yeah, like
It's like that slasher. They've been overdone now.
yes.
But the problem is they've been overdone with bad films. So when you do get like a Terrifier 1-2, right? People are like, oh my god, this is cool. But yeah.
And then they try to copy that, but way more inferior, and it starts the cycle all over again. Or you get these freaking like wimpy I've not watched or read
God.
them, but like Twilight was everywhere. And then you've got the post-apocalyptic shit. I'm over that too.
Really?
I'm so
Because I'm addicted to that shit though. I don't know what it is, but I'm like a Fallout guy, a zombies guy. Like I love that fucking. That's my favorite.
I am
setting.
100% Team Blade. Kill them all. Fucking
Blade.
stake them all in the heart, and then slice off the werewolves' heads. Like, when the fuck did werewolves become good guys? Like, I'm so fucking lost and confused. What, like, last I checked, werewolves become mindless beasts when they transform, and if you get bitten, you become a werewolf if you don't die.
Apparently not 6-pack ones that have 6-packs. Let's go to 6-packs. They
Fucking
can't be evil.
ridiculous. Like, I am so over I'm over the girl who is the key to everything with the shitty attitude and knows better than everybody else. I'm over the post-apocalyptic shit. I'm over the
No, you're not.
zombies. I
No, you're
am.
not.
Because
No,
here's
you're
the thing.
not.
They haven't done it well in so fucking long. I'm so sick of this shit. It's everywhere and it's not good.
It is good. You just,
No.
you know what? I'm not sick of Sharknado. We need more Sharknado films.
Yes, I would take. Honestly, with Hurricane Milton, it probably got quite a bit Sharknado. There was some Sharknadoing happening, I am sure.
Yeah, shit. God damn.
But
We should do one of that.
I
movie.
just. Why would? There's so much good stuff out there, guys. Like there's so much good. Like movies, films, shows. That's why this particular stream exists, is so that hopefully you guys can find some stuff that maybe you've never seen before. And I'm not saying it's going to be your new favorite thing, but you can be like, dude, that was 2 hours well spent. That was just a fun show. No message, no ideology, no no deprecating men or putting men down or anything like that. Like, heroes get to actually be heroes. The villains are actually villains. It's just, man, we took so much for granted. Oy vey.
You know, it's real funny because the stuff I used to think was shit. I'm like, oh, I was too harsh on you, you dog.
Right? Like, I apologize. I didn't know how good I had it.
Yeah.
But
like, even though back then it was kind of shit, but now it's like, fuck.
yeah,
Whoops.
now, like, I'd give anything to go back to that, right?
Yeah.
Kind of situation. But Mozza, thank you so much for coming by tonight and watching the film, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, and this was fun.
Thanks for ruining my jacket. I can't pull bitches now. I did have fun watching the movie, so maybe that's how I will pull the bitches. I'll be like, listen, we'll watch Prince of Persia, So I need a new strategy now. I'm pulling bitches. That chick is still a 7. And bye chat, you dogs.
Chat, you remain undefeated. Thank you everybody so much for being here, hanging out, chatting away. You guys are amazing. Raichu, thank you so much for your generosity this evening. It means a lot. Chat, as always, much love, Godspeed, God bless, and we will talk to all of you next time. Love you from the bottom of my heart. Take it easy.
Peace.
Bye.
Have you wondered how you could have found such a treasure? The gods have a plan for you, a destiny.
I've seen its power with my own eyes. Releasing the sand turns back time. Only the holder of the dagger is aware of what's happened.
How did you do that?
Only the dagger can unlock the sands of time. And there are those who would use this power to destroy the world.
Time will erase everything.
The only way to stop this Armageddon is for us to take the dagger to the secret Guardian Temple. We must take it there, Destin.
You really enjoy telling me what to do, don't you?
Only because you're so good at following orders.
Yeah, don't press your luck.
Assassins.
They strike terror into the heart of all they cross.
Such a noble prince. Leaping to assist the fallen beauty.
Who said you were a beauty?
There must be a reason why you can't take your eyes off me.
I... Find him!
The High Temple. It's guarded by some sort of demon. Destin, where's the dagger?
You're welcome to search me for it. You'll have to be very thorough.
It's time.
We have to get out of here.